Okay, sir.
So let's get the index.js. We've created it. So let's open this file, index.js, in our VS Code. We can just say open. Oh, since all we even need there is the index.js, I think we may do it this way. We can open the front end there, then here we just open the index.js alone. Yeah, I think that would be better.
That's what I'm saying the other time, sir.
Okay. Where is the React? Open. Aha. So let's open the index.js here. Let's so you can just open this alone. So now this is our front end and this is our server. So on this server, let's install Express. Let's install CORS. What else do we need to install? I think for now, those two should do.
JWT.
Okay, do we need to do authentication for this one? I don't think we are not logging in, so we may not need JWT for this particular task.
Okay.
Then, so let's bring in our npm install Nodejs.
Okay, this is a new thing.
Yes, the new project.
Yeah, new folder.
Okay. So let's go to the package.json here. Okay. So let's see if it's working. You just come and say console log. Good, it's working. So our front end, so let's start it. So in our backend, let's bring in Express.
Express equals to require Express. Calls. require a response.
Requests.
Request rather. Only request.
Request.
Yeah.
Send.
Mandate.
So let's test this if it's working. So we go to the front end, then we can test it with this. Oh, okay. We come here, we can just create a new file here, and we can call it
Answers. Okay, space.
okay, we have this one. Alright. So let's get an input there. The users can okay. No, we need to do routing. We need to do routing. We already have browser router.
So how about
Is that
we don't need the Azios for the front end?
we will still bring it in. This is actually it has already been installed inside
Your line
this
is breaking.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. We still bringing Axios. Axios is already installed inside this project, so that's why I'm not installing it. But whenever we need it, we just bring it in. Do you understand? Hello. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. I think Mr. Kisner's network is not good.
So I can hear you, but the line is breaking.
I think it's your network.
Yeah, it's kind of breaking.
Okay. So let's do our routing. You can bring in. You can leave and join again. So let's just get a folder for our Express apps. We can create a folder. We can call it inside this. You can now Mr. Kisley, are you still there?
I can hear. I'm following.
Alright. Okay. Follow come. Are you still there?
I'm with you, sir.
Okay. Alright, so we are getting the first name, last name. What other information are we getting from the user? First name.
Description.
Someone wants to join. Okay, it's Mr. Malcolm. First name.
Last name.
Last name. What else? Description, right?
Description, yes.
Let's make that the text area. description. Then what else? What else is that all?
Yes, but maybe pass for this one. But that's
Oh, well,
what you made mention of.
okay, first name, last name, and description. Right. So let's add a button and click. So let's click on function register user. Oops. So when you click on this button, we get this information. Please hope you are getting what I'm doing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So first is I want to get this first name in. So we can say give this have a stating. Oh, and let's make it a constant.
But wait, now, are you doing this to the registered page?
Yes, of course, we get this information and send it to the backend, right?
Cannot be explanation, Gary. Guys, if you type and send, give me that. You know, so that this is always bring your that is creators.
So where's the next coming from?
It's from.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Okay. So when the user wants to register, we get this information and send it to the backend, right? Do you get it?
Yes, sir. What I'm trying to say is that
Okay.
I think that express.js represent our app.js.
Yes,
So I think
yes.
everything will be there, and we now, anywhere we need to use it, we now
Yes,
just
exactly.
keep doing it, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm always like, I don't know, but just continue.
Okay.
E dot one dot target dot one.
So when we click on this button, we can create an object. Const so we are logging into the console. So we come back here now. Okay, let's export it. So we come back here and
Sir?
let's say, yes, sir.
Please, sir, go back to that register.js.
Okay.
Please go. I'm talking about that new register.
Registered.
Course new register. First name, last name. I think it should be outside now, Abby.
Should be outside like
No, we are pushing to. According to you, you said we are pushing to an empty array.
No,
So
this is at the front end.
I know.
We are not when the user registers. When the user registers, let's say if I get to an app and I register, that page at that moment is only concerned about my registration. When it gets to
Okay.
the server will be the ones who handle it the way it knows best. So I may keep it in database. I may push it inside an array. I can do it whichever way I want. But at the front end, you're only interested in that particular or in the current user.
Okay.
The assumption is this: a lot of people will be visiting your page on different browsers, right? So
Yes.
if I register here, another person elsewhere will not have my registration info except the server supplies it to that person. Do you get it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Any other question?
Okay. Just
So is that registered user? OP is defined. Like, okay,
This is the function. When I
okay,
click
okay,
on it,
okay.
okay. So we come here now and say component. Okay, is it component or element? I think this
it's
is
element,
element.
not component.
Okay. So let's see if it's working fine. So that is string. We add a create element. So that is type is invalid. Common. Let's fix this error. Okay, did you accidentally export a GSX liter instead of a component warning? Okay, so let's fix this first. Okay, so I think this is fine now. Let's fill this first name, last name, email, or description, sorry. Now, this information, we want to send it to the back end, right here. So we go back to our register component. We can say, on click of this button, when you do this, Axios, we bring in Axios dot post. We are making a post request to slash register, but for that to work, we need to first define register here. So this is the server now, this is the backend.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
In that Axios, I remember when I was doing mine yesterday. I do see this error. Export that I haven't exported my Axios, like, and I have installed it. To like, I was like, what kind of issue is this?
Did you bring it in like this?
Yes, something like this. But the next thing I will now see now is there is error in exporting the Axios.
Look, when we look at it
So
together.
okay.
Okay. So at the server side now, we have this. Now, in order to be able to get the body, you want to get the body. That is, at the front end, where is it? At the front end, I can go to slash register because I've already defined it here, right? But I want to send this data to the server. So we say the second argument of your post request is the data you are trying to send, and this is the data. new user. So I can pass new user here. So this will send it to the server. But you know, Exos takes time, right?
Yes,
So you use async await.
I would. Yeah.
Wait. So we are trying to send
Brother,
this. Yes, sir.
I'm still waiting for support. Just continue. I mean, just continue. I want to see something. Just continue.
Okay.
But there is something I think. But don't worry, I'll continue first.
Okay. So we are trying to
Yes.
submit this to this server. Where is our server now? Is our server running now? No. So we're trying to submit to this server. But our server is running on these ports.
8,000.
HTTP.
Why don't you just copy it straight and
Okay. Equals the column 8,000 like this. Slash register. So let's try that. Click the button. Exos field the status code. Okay, 404 not found. It can't find this URL. Oh. Still not found. What's going on? This is okay. I think I can do this then. Let's go to this browser and do something like this. So just copy this. Come here. Paste it. So go back to the front end. Refresh. It's still giving me not found. Let's see why we have not found. Host colon 8,000. Register. Is this not register? Oh, I'm here to save this file. Sorry. So let's go and call it again. We didn't save it the other time. Now it should be successful now. Good. So let's go back to the console.
Like you said, you didn't save it the other time. How?
Yeah.
I don't get that part.
We only added code to this file. I didn't press Ctrl S to save.
Do you have to save it every time you?
Yes, I didn't put it in auto save.
Okay.
Okay, so we've sent it to the backend. Let's try to get it now. If you say console log request.body, this should help us to send it to the server's console. But then I think why is this throwing back an error? Well, we are coming there. Oh, you didn't send back any response. Where is the send?
The response.
Successful. So server error. What's going on here? Why server?
So what of JSON? JSON.
Okay.
Express JSON.
Yes, thank you. App.use express.json. Okay. But that shouldn't be the reason for the server error at the front end. The only problem I should have is I shouldn't see this at the console. I shouldn't see this. So we still need to figure out why this is giving server error. Internal server error. Console is not a function. Okay. So let's see why it's saying, is it that inspect console.log? Oh,
Console.log. Yes. Console.log.
okay. Good. Successful. Let's go to the server's console. Yeah, we have this here. Isn't it? Any questions so far?
So, sir,
Yes.
without mapping, you are able to even send it. God, it's okay. You don't get what I'm saying. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
in your front end,
Yes, sir.
I think we need to use map before we can,
No, map is when we are dealing with an array. Since these are objects, this is not an array. So map is if you want to get each item within an array, but this is an object, and we are sending the object to the server. So we can now push into this.
Sir, I want to ask, do they use mapping in the?
In what? Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you at the point.
Yes, sir. I'm asking, do they use mapping in the Node.js?
Yes, sir, we do.
Huh?
We do. We use mapping. Map, filter, find, we use all of them. All JavaScript functions except alerts. Did you hear me?
Okay, clear.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, clear.
So let's push it into this array. But I think it's good if we add maybe the ID of the user. All right. I think we should add an ID to the user. So we can say const new user equals to, I create an object ID. You can just generate an ID here. Const ID equals to what's it called? Random. We call a random on what? Dot random.
Sir?
Math. Yeah, I'm trying to remember math. So you just want to generate a random ID for each user. Right? So math.random multiplied by, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiplied by a million, then float math dot.
Mass flow. Okay.
So we can just post the ID here. And we can now spread request the body so that each user now we have an ID, right? Any question?
Sir, why? Okay. Yes. Is it a necessity every user must have a ID? Is it a necessity?
In real life projects, every user must have an ID, a unique ID.
And this is just the only way to generate an ID, right?
No, well, it's because we are not dealing with, we are yet to connect it to database. Immediately we connect it to database. Wow, today's class is fast.
Yes, we are explaining.
Okay. So now, once we connect to the database, you will not be the one to generate the ID manually. This database itself will generate it for you. So
Okay.
we won't have to generate any ID like this. Database will do that. But for
Okay,
now,
so that means it is in default setting now. Like it's not something that you can just.
yeah, it's there by
For
default.
instance, now this ID. Okay, okay,
We will not be the one to generate it. Database will do that for us.
okay.
So we can now say users dot push. What are we pushing? We want to push new user here. So now, once you register a user, the user will put into this array. Any question?
No question, sir.
Let's get another route.
No question.
Okay. So let's get another route to display the list of our users. So we come here and say navigation bar link to this. So we can say boom. Then we can create another one. Link.
No, sir, my system went off.
Okay. Link to maybe.
Okay, you created a new file in the content, right?
No, we are yet to do that. This is still our
Yeah, it's working on the route.
Okay. That's fine.
So if I want to see all the users, I will go to this users page.
Okay.
So let's get our routes. Let's get a new file called users to display all the users. So we go to our folder. I can just come here, create a new file here. I'll call it users.js.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
definitely in this project, I did a lot of unnecessary things. The things that do not even count. You see how you spread everything in that back end.
Yes, sir.
I did it in my front end. That was what I was actually waiting for. That I want to know how this thing will work.
Okay.
Although I used map, so I created maybe a register Kinikon. So I pushed everything inside that register. So I spread first name, last name, and description
Okay.
inside it.
Okay.
So it was not even necessary. Okay.
We want to see the list of users. So, what we want to do is, immediately we get to this page, go and fetch the list of users for us, right? So, we bring it our use effect.
Okay, the list of the user from backend, right?
Yes, it will come from backend, not from frontend. So, here, we can create our function.
That we are with users. Users.get.
So just copy this same URL. Paste. Sort of register now. We can say users. Oops. Sorry. Please, are we still there?
Yes.
Okay. So call on this, then we can say my users.
put it inside and use the first so that it can call the function once, right?
Yes, immediately we get to the page, go and call on it.
This project took me like, I went back to our video of this use effect.
Okay.
Just
So immediately we get to this page now. This should fetch the user, but we are yet to create this user sort at the back end. So let's go and do that together. So we go to the back end. Oh, please, I want to know. I want us to be talking now. The reason is I want to know immediately the. We have few minutes left. So I want to know immediately it stops recording. Immediately Google Meet 1 hour time elapses and. Or better still, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I will send a new link to us. So we have this. When I go to /users, it will go to this side. But then at the server side, we are yet to do the /users. So we can say app.get. So we can just say I want to send back the old users. So where's that JSON? I send back users to the front end. Or
hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
But when I was doing my own, I used the res.send and users, and it works.
Yes, it will also work, right? But if you are not sending a string, if you are sending like an object on array, it's good to use besides just JSON.
Okay.
So we are sending back this. res.send usually work with strings.
Okay.
Let's just send this. So let's see if we're able to get it. Come back to this.
I hope you are recording, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So let's add. Okay. No user yet. This is an empty array. So, if there's no user, let's display maybe no user yet. So let's do that together. Const all users set users. So instead of plugging into the console, we can still log it and just say set users, set it to data like this. So on this page now, we can have our if statement. If all users, let's call it S. If all users length, that is, if you have at least one user, do this. Else display no user found. So if you have at least one user, you can have this. So if you have at least one user, run the code inside this place.
Sir, I want to ask this. Sir, I want to ask this column you are using for S.
Yes.
What are the conditions? Like, I do see it most often time.
It's ternary operator. It is called ternary operator, and we, in React allows us to write JavaScript directly as JSX, like write a JavaScript code here. But if you write if statement in full, if you didn't write it well, it will throw back an error. Like you can write simple statements within these curly braces. And one way to write simple statement like that is to use this ternary operator. Whenever I want to write if statement like that, we can easily use this ternary operator to write it. Actually, in React, you see it's often in React. It's also you can also use this in other language, other frameworks. Yeah, you can also use it. And it's not ternary operator is not peculiar to JavaScript. Other languages also have it.
Wow. Okay.
So if this,
Thank you.
you're welcome, sir. So if this condition is true on this code, what do we want to do? We can call on, let's do this. We can say leave outside all users dot map all users dot map user return why is this throwing back an error?
User, comma, index. It should have index after user.
That's not the reason for the error, really. That's not the reason. I'm trying to figure out why this shouldn't have. Okay, or better still.
Name. Okay.
Yeah.
The map is not okay.
So we don't need to put index. The purpose of putting index is we need something unique about each user, right? But since each user already has an ID coming from the backend, we can set the key to be the user dot ID. Do you understand?
Shit. Okay, sir.
The key can be user dot ID. Then we only want to display user dot first name. In fact, if you have an ID, please don't use this index as the key. Now this will display all the users now for us. So let's run it as yes, sir.
So that says user. Use image dot data.
Yes. Oh, my users. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So no user front. Let's go and add a new user. So let's add another front.
So that you use that map only because you are dealing with an array.
Yes, map uses only with arrays.
But the one I did, I used it for both this thing, both front end and back end, and it works. I don't even know.
Maybe that means maybe you sent array from you dealt with array at the front end and back end also.
Yes, I set an array for the front end and back end.
Oh, okay. This is not fetching the users. Oh, it's fetching it, but it's not setting it on the page. So let's see why that is not working. It's fetching it from our console. You see, it's fetching it, but in our code there, it's not fetching it. So let's see why is he not displaying it on this client. Why? My users.length, I'm coming. I need to check something. Okay. After fetching, it's logging a. Oh, now when this value changes, we want it to rerun this code. Whenever my users, the value of my users, whenever it changes, then we run this code. So this should fix the bug now. My users is not defined. Oh, sorry. Users, this state. Whenever the value of this state changes, run the code here again. So this should work fine now. Why is it not working? All users set my users the date users. immediately you set it, I think you call on this here, it will be this. When this changes, it's why is it not working? Okay, let me test something now. So why is this? Why is it that we don't have first name inside it? First name, all users dot length. Okay, is doing the else. If all users dot length, that's just something. That's a 0. I'm sorry, it's greater than 0. Anyway, this should not be the reason anyway. But oh, these are objects. Inside this object, there's a property here called users. It is inside that users that we have this. Do you understand? Hello? Please, are we getting it? Inside this data,
Yeah.
we have a property here called users. Then inside it. Okay. So this should solve the problem now. Still not working. Why are you not working? Oh. Yeah, Taye Kenny, yeah, I think we've solved that. So we have this now. I can remove this. I can change this back to this. Yeah. So we have this. Next is we want to do the final part. That is, whenever we click on this, we should go to another page. Go to another page. So we can make this an anchor tag.
You can use link, right?
Yeah, you can also use link. Let's even use link. You can also use link if you want to. So whenever we click on this link, we want it to maybe send the ID to the backend. We can also send the first name, but the reason I don't want to send first name is because two users might have the same first name
ID.
No, they might have the same. They can't have the same ID, but they may have the same first name. Do you understand? Imagine you have another Taye there. So instead, I think sending the ID will be better. Link to. You can say, go to this page. Into.
JSON stringify. What is it doing?
It will convert a text to it will convert like an array or an object to a string. I just use that to debug. I only use it to debug, but I used to convert an array or an object to a string. You know, you can't display a whole object on your page in React. Okay. So we can say, whenever I click on it now, go to this page, /user / concatenate the ID with it. User dot ID. So it's going to go to this URL /user /user dot ID.
And that's the back end, right?
No, it's still at the front end. You try to go to another page. Do you understand? To go to another route. That is, here we need to come here and define this /user /ID like this. Do you get it?
I don't get this part though.
Now, our ID, this part, let's say console log this. You see what we're doing now? Link is not defined. Okay, let's bring in link. Okay. Okay. Can you see this ID here? This ID 2175. So for this first person, if I click on this, look at this. You can see we have slash user slash 2175. Do you understand?
Yes.
So if you try to go to that route, if I click on this, the second one, let's go back here. If you go to slash user slash the user's ID, that's what you're trying to do. Try to go to that page that contains slash user slash the ID of that particular user. Do you get it? Slash
Okay,
user slash we can't, you know, this ID, each user will have his own unique ID and we don't know what the ID will be. Alright.
yes.
So we have seen this user dot ID. So just put the ID of each user here. Is that
I'm not seeing the screen very well.
okay? What about now?
I'm not seeing the screen well. Like I don't.
Can this be
The screen is just static, like it's not moving.
I think
Yeah.
it's your network.
No. I'm not seeing.
Let me stop sharing and share again.
It's just static, like this thing is just static. Okay. Okay. Anyway.
What about now? Hello?
I can see your screen. It is his network.
Okay.
Because the other time I can see everything clearly from this place.
Okay. So
I'm not seeing yet though.
Okay, I think
It is
it's
your
your
network.
Okay. The network. Let me go off and come back.
Okay.
Let me go off and come back.
Alright. So let's wait a bit. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's continue.
Yeah, thank you.
So now we have slash user slash the ID. You know, but each user we have his own unique ID. And we are putting that here. Slash whatever, you know, this column means this is a dynamic value, right?
Yes.
So this ID will be whatever is at the front of that. So let's get a component to manage each user. You can come here and create a component called user.js.
Definitely we'll be having two users.
No, one is users for all users. One is just one user. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, return. Yes. Okay. So at this point now, whenever we land on this component, whenever we get to this component, we want it to fetch the user. You know, it will come with the user ID based on what you have here. Based on what you have here, let's put this, sorry. Based on this, once you go to this component, it will have an ID. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So we can now extract it using use params. Const ID. Oops, is an object. Equals to use params. So it's going to extract the ID and save it as this. So after extracting the ID now, we can now use our use effect to fetch that particular user.
Use effect again.
Yes, since immediately we land on this page, go and fetch that user for us. So I'll just copy the same code. Okay, I'll paste it. Okay, this can just be fetch user. Fetch user. So user. So instead of this being slash users, it can be slash user slash. We will now concatenate this ID. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can concatenate this ID. I'm trying to be fast. I'm running out of time. ID. So go and fetch the user with this ID for us. So we go to the server now, and we can let's go to the server and sort that together. So on the server, so we come here and say app.get user ID. So we want to fetch the user with that ID. User.find. This stands for each of the user. Return the user where user.id is the same as let's id equals to request that params. So this will fetch the params here and save it as id. So we can now say where this is the same as this id. Do you understand?
Yes.
Sir, can we still use if statements to do this thing? This one, this stuff, this params.
Yeah, this part, this find there.
Okay.
You mean this find there? This part?
Yes, like can you use if statements like to do something like that?
If you are going, this is actually if statement anyway. This part is a conditional statement, but this is a conditional statement. But if you are going to use if statement to do this, you will need to write a for loop. So inside the for, because you want to loop to this and find the one that matches this condition. And that is what find is also doing for us. Internally, it runs a loop.
Okay.
So you can say let's find the user equals to this. Request that response. Sorry. Request that send. Request that send. User. Found the user. So when you get to this URL, it's going to send it back to the front end. It's going to send it back to the front end, and that is what you get here. We can now set it. Yeah, where's our user.js? Yeah, you can now set it here. So let's create the let's use const use states. It's gonna start as an empty object like this. So I can say my name is user.first name together with user.last name. Let me put the name in. Let's make the name big. H1. So I just cut this here. Paste here. Then so first name and last name. You can now put the description here. This can be inside the paragraph. should solve our problem. So let's say if everything is working fine now. ACS is not defined. I can solve that one. Okay. The property of undefined first name. Okay. Just dates. This shouldn't be undefined. Okay. I think we can do something like this. Okay. We'll solve that one, but I want us to first look at this. Try this. Then we should be able to go back. Good. Now let's solve this in case we don't have any user yet. Let's try to solve that. Okay, we can just say, what if the user just comes to this page without, let me terminate the server and start it. I think that was the error we had the other time. Let's solve it. Let's solve it again. So if I come here now, I cannot read this as undefined. So let's see why we have this error message. We can make this conditional. So I think that error should leave now. Description of undefined. Okay, good. So what this is doing is this. We can also, you can say if there is a user, then that's when you should display this. But what this question mark is saying that if there is no property first name, don't try to fetch it. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
That's why we have this question mark. Oh, I hope this explains everything under that. I'm trying to, I have another class now, 9:30.
Sir.
So this is working fine. Now, assignments. Put a delete button in the front of each user. A delete button.
You said don't go to delete.
Is that?
You told us the other time that we not gotten to delete. You mean you said there is post, get, delete, can you come?
Now you've got in there now. Okay. So put a delete button in front of each of them. Like in front of each user. Right. When I click on that delete button, that user should be deleted. And it should bring me back to this page. Do you understand? That one should not take time at all. Like really, it shouldn't take time at all. Just put a delete button in front of each of our users. Let's say I have so there will be a delete button here, there will be a delete button. When I click on that delete button, that particular user will be deleted. Do we get it?
Yes, sir. But this is your method there. Bro, time go. So far, we are sharing around here at this thing. The method we use does not really matter, right?
Yes. Yes, well. when you look at it, you see that it's not as difficult as you are looking at it. Really, it's not as difficult as, and it's because I'm trying to round off as soon as possible. I would have taken my time to explain. But don't worry, next class, watch it. If there's any question you have, bring it to the next
Okay,
class.
sir.
We'll discuss it
Okay, sir.
much better.
All right, sir.
So please watch
All
it,
right,
go
sir.
over
Thank you,
it.
sir.
Then I'll take my time
All
to
right, sir.
explain it next class.
All
Thanks
right,
for
sir.
coming. Have a lovely
Yes,
night
sir.
rest.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.